You ever notice something strange? The people who seem to move on the quickest, they're the ones who end up living rent-free in our heads. It's weird, right? You'd think that if someone went quiet, you'd eventually just forget about them. But nah, that's not how it works. See, what really sticks with us isn't the silence, it's the transformation. Women don't actually miss the fact that you're gone. They miss the energy you brought into the room. They miss the way you made them feel. So if you're out here thinking that going silent or pulling a no-contact move will magically make her chase you, you're missing the real point. It's not the absence she feels. It's the evolution she notices. She misses the man she sees becoming someone better. Not because you tried to make her miss you, but because you stopped trying altogether. Let me break down what actually gets her spinning in her mind. Point 1. Stop explaining, start transforming. Let me keep it real with you. If you ever catch yourself trying to explain your value to a woman, stop. Like right there. The moment you start pleading your case, you've already slipped out of your power. You're trying to convince her of something she should be feeling naturally. And trust me, that never ends well. Forget sending long text essays. Forget trying to prove you've changed. Just be different. Level up in silence. Let your vibe announce it before your words ever do. Smile differently. Move differently. Carry yourself like a man who's no longer waiting for someone else's validation. And believe me, that kind of silent shift, way more powerful than a, "Hey, I've been working on myself" message could ever be. Point 2. Keep your power where it belongs. Listen up. When a woman starts pulling away, most dudes lose their minds. They obsess over her social media, overanalyze her texts, stalk her stories, and just like that, boom, all their power, gone. Handed to someone who isn't even checking for them. Here's what you need to remember. Your true power is in your focus. You don't get stronger by chasing after her. You grow by locking into your mission, your routine, your goals. Stay grounded, stay moving, stay building. And when she realizes you're not refreshing her page, not lurking in her DMs, not anxiously waiting, that's when the real shift happens. It's not your silence she feels. It's your centeredness. That's real masculine energy. And once you find it, don't ever give it away again. Point 3. Stay in the room, but shift your energy. Picture this. You don't have to make some dramatic exit. You don't have to disappear like you're in a movie, hoping someone notices your absence. Nah. Stay. Stay in the room. Stay around the same circles. But change your energy. You're not cold. You're not bitter. You're just centered. You're present, laughing, enjoying life. But none of that energy is directed at her anymore. And bro, that hits way harder than disappearing ever could. Because now she feels the difference. She sees you, but she can't reach you. That presence, that emotional connection she once had access to, gone. And you're still standing right there. That's the absence that sticks. Point 4. Cut the invisible strings real talk. You can block her, unfollow her, delete every photo together, but if she's still running laps in your head at 2 a.m., you haven't moved on, you're just pretending. Most dudes focus on cutting physical contact, but forget about the emotional leash. The invisible strings are the real chains. You don't heal by going silent. You heal by cutting her out of your mind and reclaiming your peace. You stop checking her stories, not because you're trying to be strong, but because you genuinely don't care anymore. You don't hate her, you're just free. And that's when everything shifts, when she can feel your energy has moved on long before she notices your silence. Point 5. Don't just be unavailable, be unreachable. Let me break it down. Anyone can go ghost. Anyone can ignore a text or disappear off the map, but unreachable, that's different, that's deeper. Unavailable means she can't contact you. Unreachable means she can't shake you, can't touch your peace, your vibe, your growth. She might still have your number, sure, but the version of you she once knew, he's not there anymore. He's evolved. And once she feels that emotional access cut off, that's when she starts reaching harder. You didn't just pull away. You leveled up so far that the old you isn't even within reach anymore. And that's what gets in her head. Point 6. You don't have to move on, just move up. Here's the thing. People love saying, Move on, find someone new? Nah, you don't have to move on to someone else. You just need to move up. Upgrade your mindset, upgrade your habits, upgrade your circle, upgrade your standards. You become the man you were always meant to be. Not to make her regret, but because staying stuck would be an insult to your own potential. And guess what happens? The higher you climb, the smaller she looks in your story. Not because you're spiteful, but because your perspective changed. You've outgrown who you were when you were with her. And when she finally wonders, did I lose something rare? You're already too far ahead to even hear it. Point 7. Silence without growth means nothing. Here's where a lot of guys trip up. They think just going silent is enough. Wrong. Silence by itself is just quiet desperation. Real power comes from what you're doing in that silence. You're not just not texting her. You're out here evolving. You're leveling up your life. You're becoming a version of yourself that doesn't need to hope for anyone's validation. When your silence is backed by growth, when she can feel you're not the same, that's when silence becomes power. It's not about going mute. It's about making real moves while no one's watching. Building, growing, silently becoming unforgettable. Final thought, if you take nothing else from this, take this. You don't make her miss you by fading away. You make her miss you by shining so brightly that she starts to wonder how she ever thought she could replace that energy. No games, no manipulation, no chasing, just become. Because when you stop trying to be picked and start choosing yourself, that's when everything starts shifting. For you, for her, for everyone.